The Fremont Tigers hope to rebuild here in 2024. Hi, Sean Callahan with the in-state tour on HuskerOnline.com as we caught up with the Tigers and their head coach, Lee Jennings, as they look to build here for this next season.
Yeah, absolutely. We were 2-7 last year, and had a kind of a tough schedule. And in Class A football, all schedules are tough. There's not an easy one out there, and a lot of good football teams and a lot of great competition. But we are looking forward to next year with a new cycle of schedule. We have a tough district again, but like I said before, it's every district has its challenges, and so we have some very promising, I think, non-district games that are going to be competitive and some good high school football. And
leading the way for Fremont as a prospect here this next year is 2025 offensive lineman Jackson Jones. He's nearly 6'5". He's 307 pounds at the in-state tour. He projects as both a tackle and a guard at the next level, and there's no doubt he'll be a key player for Jennings.
Yeah, Jackson's been a guy that we've obviously had our eye on since he's been in 8th grade. He's a great frame and good body and a hard worker on top of everything. He does a great job of leading and working hard in the weight room and on off seasons and getting himself in a position to be successful.
Yeah, it was just building confidence. I never really played varsity football before. I just got out there, played it with hard, played every snap just to the end. And, whenever you got to, like, the big games like Elkhorn South on our schedule, Omaha North, I knew I could play with those boys, and I know I could just show my talents against them, and it turned out well.
And Jackson was a late bloomer as well. You look at his story, wasn't a guy that emerged until this past season, made a huge jump from his sophomore to junior year.
I would say around almost 40 pounds. I've grown about 3 inches as well. I just was always in the weight room, just working constantly. I know I got what it takes. I know I can just go a long way.
And both Nebraska and South Dakota State have shown some early interest in Jackson.
Well, I'm talking to a little bit to Nebraska. I'm talking to South Dakota State, just some other small schools as well. But yeah, I should be getting invited out there pretty soon. That's what I've been told. So yeah.
Some other players of note from the in-state tour, linebacker Morgan Moore at Fremont.
Morgan had a huge jump between his sophomore year and junior year also. He was a two-way starter for us, outside linebacker and receiver. Played a lot of snaps for us. His aggressiveness, being able to find the ball, and really his tackling really has improved, and he did a nice job all season for us at that backer spot.
Then finally, in the class of 2026, the Tigers are led by defensive lineman prospect Preston Wagner.
Preston's going to be a junior next year. He is actually one kid that we pulled up as a freshman and played at the varsity level his freshman year, and then started last year as a sophomore, really on both sides of the ball also. And that's kind of who we are. A smaller Class A school, we ask guys to do a lot of things, and Preston, you can see physically is really mature and a great wrestler. Just got out of state wrestling. He's going to do some track, it sounds like, this spring, and throw a shot and disc. He's just a well-rounded athlete that probably you talk about a high motor with Cole, and I think Preston probably even have a higher motor. He goes and never stops and is very highly competitive to the point of a fault sometimes. So we have to rein him back a little bit.
Reporting here with the Fremont Tigers at the in-state tour, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.